I love me some Avatar Nation. Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
Please, you have nerve. You've been beating everybody.
I'm talking, baby.
What up, SK?
I'm here for the mess.
I'm talking, baby.
Get it, Daddy.
Hey!
I love me some Avatar Nation. Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
Although you didn't call me silly, honey, you're shady.
I'm talking, baby.
Get it, Daddy.
Well, goodness gracious.
No beef, just tofu.
I'm here for the mess. Get it, Daddy.
Woo, child.
Well, goodness gracious.
Avatar Nation.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Hey, Cheryl Sport Burnett, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I feel good. I feel the kidney stone has passed, to be honest, because I have not had any of those reoccurring complications the last couple of days. I know the last time I said I thought it was gone, it reappeared, but I think it's gone. So thank you for saying. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing well too. The Olympics. Well, is it Olympics? No, it's like the trials before or whatever. The USA basketball team is doing really good, so it's good to see them play well. What's up, Detached Myself? How you doing? Thank you for your support. I appreciate that. Um, Thank you. Chocolate Sunshine, how you doing, Sunshine? I hope you had a bright day. All right, so let's get into it real quick. Regarding the real life stuff, I was at the gym playing basketball yesterday. Since I've been drinking that kombucha, whatever it's called, that I was telling you I was going to try, that it was still was good for your gut health and all that. I've really like had less. I've had less inflammation. And yesterday it helped on the basketball court because I was more agile, and we won like 4 games in a row. So that I was just sharing that with y'all. So that was good. The other thing, what's up, Klondike? How you doing? You say you ready for the Olympics, Cheryl? It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. It's in Paris this year. Actually, they're holding that Olympic trial thing for basketball in London. But it's amazing how much like the U.S. team has like support and stuff, and how much they cheer and things like that. So it's good to see because the last couple of years, the NBA stars didn't play, but after they got beat terribly last year or something, they decided to mount up. So the other thing I want to tell you, what's up, Next Level God's Child? Thank you for being here. The other thing I want to tell y'all is about. I remember. I don't know if y'all. I don't know, but some people know. I probably went off about the situation with somebody in my real life who I was like kind of like business with. Then they decided I felt sell me out, and it was ironic. I wouldn't say sell me out. I would say separate or whatever. Goes what they call it. Go different directions. And I was pissed because that person could have given me a reason as to why. I was pissed because I started stuff in your infancy. Now that you thought that you reached the period of maturation in terms of your business, now you want to divert. But sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes people gotta see where they will be without you. And I'm not saying that this is this situation. All I know is that the same dude, he came up to me. It was like, oh, um, I would love to welcome you back. And I sat there on a weight machine and I was like, oh, thank you. But, I'm doing something and I really am doing something on a day of the week that he wants me to be involved. And I said, keep me involved, keep me informed. But it's interesting, like if you wasn't, because I still continue what I was doing. So other people benefited from my services. So I'm sure word got back to him like, yo, that dude is doing his thing, whatever, whatever, whatever. Because if I wasn't the case, he wouldn't invite me back. But I just share that it's key not to burn bridges, but it's also once things don't work out, that don't mean that they're not going to come back again. And when he engages me again, my asset price is going to be higher. And I feel like I don't really need you because you separated from me because I was loyal. I'm all about loyalty. Everybody that's been over here knows Sir King is about loyalty, even to my own detriment. But when you're disloyal, when you come back in engagement, it's going to be the price, asset price is going to be higher. So I just said in this situation, yeah, we could go back and do business, but price is going to be higher because now you're going to benefit from my investment and my growth, but also you're not going to benefit from me trying to be considerate of my giving you a fair price when you shat on me or shit on me the first time. That's how I am. I mean, I'll even give you a discount based on loyalty, but that situation that transpired wasn't for a good reason. And then on top of that, he asked me to watch other people who I'm like, that's not how you handle that situation. It's I can't get into it, but I just say that don't burn bridges. When there's an opportunity that's taken away from you, don't get discouraged. Keep growing, and you never know when that opportunity is going to come back again for maybe you guys to reunite. Because I didn't bash the guy, because a lot of people were asking. I didn't bash him, but I did say something don't feel right within my spirit, and that's all I went and said. I didn't say that motherfucker suck, that BAN. I didn't say that because you never know. Time and has time has a way of showing people what they missed out on, especially if their intentions were not true and not wrong. So that's what I have to say. What's up, Vibrant Law? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I know some other people dropped through. What's up, Keena? How you doing? Good to see you. Say sometimes you have to burn a bridge as a reminder not to go back. I agree. And Keena, in that situation, it forced me into something that was even better from an experience standpoint. That's why I say like I won't even lose out if I tell the guy no. You know, and it's like somebody says it's always good to have options. Who always, oh, Jay Wilson options. Not saying I even take options, but it's good to have options. But you just got to stay encouraged and not burn your bridges. Pretty much, that's what I say. And I'm not above re-engaging with people, but what's up, Lady Steph? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right. Anything else I want to talk about? Real world news. What's up, Philly T? Philly T says, hello, everyone. Sorry I can't type individually. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please tip the host, Sir King Crown. Yes, definitely. Thank you. Because I will be doing some begging later today. Hold on one second, y'all. So I want to touch on some real world news before we get into this YouTube mess. It's pretty interesting since the last time we talked about how this whole presidential stuff is panning out. It's not as chaotic as I thought it would be, which is a good thing. But we will see. I feel at the DNC, which is the Democratic National Convention, I do feel there will be some surprise because Kamala, however you say her name, has not announced her VP candidate yet. And I always still feel that Obama's legacy is somewhat behind this because he threw Joe off the ropes and threw Kamala into the ring. And I feel it's a lot going on. Also, y'all watch the stock market. I feel the collapse of the economy is starting to happen right now. And I'm going to tell you why. Tesla had bad earnings. I knew Tesla was going to have bad earnings because Elon Musk did not come out with that robo taxi that he promised. You can't promise Wall Street and play with Wall Street and don't deliver. He said August. He said that he pushing the can down the road. And also, a lot of people are not buying EVs as they thought. Also, EV competition is really stiff in China. Okay, that was the other one. Google had okay earnings, but not great. Then the other companies, Microsoft, Meta, They report, I think, next week. So watch out for those. But I say all that to say, oh, and UPS, bad earnings. So what that signals to me as a person looking on that down on the outside is they're intentionally either two things. They're intentionally trying to crash the economy to make Joe Biden, well, make the Fed increase the interest rates, right? I'm not sorry, decrease the interest rate to get a cut. Right, this may be all political move right before when the election. You don't want to have high interest rates, people struggling to afford food before the election because who people are going to vote for? The party not in office. See the plays that are being ran before you. You're going to see the stock market turn red, turn red, turn red, and then that's going to put the pressure on the Fed to lower the interest rate. That's also going to may increase the unemployment rate, and that's going to force things. That's going to force the Fed hand. And when the Fed got to lower the interest rate, voila, people they're going to say people are more interested or more able to invest. Things are going to go start green and all that other stuff. So pay attention to that play. Next level, guys, child. SK, what's up with that Microsoft outage? That Microsoft outage was due to a company named CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is a major player when it comes to cybersecurity and all that technological protection when it comes to corporations. They forced the patch onto the Windows systems, and they say it wasn't compatible with the operating system update that Microsoft just released. You could believe what you want to believe in that situation, but I don't know. I find out somebody didn't do their due diligence. If you look at the CrowdStrike price, I mean, I could tell you an easy way to make money off of that CrowdStrike situation, and I'll tell you right now because I missed out on the opportunity. Well, I did something stupid, but in that CrowdStrike situation, if you put a put when you heard the news, you could have made you some money because at the time that it came out, it was at 343. I think it's at 260 right now. If you have put a put, I give you our wisdom, I give you our knowledge. Learn how to do puts and calls. That's on you. Teach yourself that. You're gonna lose money learning, but at the end of the day, you may make some money. You put a put. If you put a put on CrowdStrike, even if you put an out of the money put on CrowdStrike, you would have gotten some return back. That's all I'm gonna say. Look into the terms in the money, out of the money. Out of the money is less expensive than in the money. But if you would have put an out of money put, you would have made some money. As we're going through this economic times, if you have that kind of money and you know what the hell I'm talking about, I will put puts going. This is not financial advice. This is on my critique and commentary of the financial market. I would put a put on the financial market now as it's decreasing before it shoots up. That's what I would say. I mean, but nothing's 100%. But like I say, they're trying to crash. I feel purposely trying to crash the market before the election. Then they will go with a rate cut, which will push up, will make things positive before the election. How inflation is involved in that? I don't know. They say inflation is falling anyway, but the real thing is these high interest rates is what's killing people. Once you give that some kind of relief, then you'll see everything open up. So, next level. It's not my opinion. It's the fact about the whole CrowdStrike situation. They're the ones blame. I mean, they're the ones that were the cowardice of the situation. And let's say 90% of the world uses Microsoft. Not only 10% usually. Well, I'm not 100% sure about the numbers, but the reason why systems on Apple were not affected is because a good majority of the world does not use Apple. A good majority of the world uses Microsoft, especially when you deal with an enterprise operation. What most businesses use, they use Microsoft. When you get into more like real, like the arts or the movie industry or things that really needs that capability, that strong capability that Apple products provide, that's when you get into companies that use Apple. but most of it they use Microsoft. So that's why Microsoft is one of the top three richest companies in the world. So Keena says the high interest on mortgages in particular are keeping people from buying homes. Mortgages, cars, credit cards, student loans, a plethora of things. A plethora. I mean, even your job. Your jobs are not taking on projects because of the interest rates involved in borrowing capital. So it discourages a lot of businesses from um expanding, growing, doing business, growing their businesses. And then on top of that, while we're talking, look at the businesses. If you really wanted to be ahead of the situation, go ask Google what would be the business benefit from the interest rate cut the most. They're probably going to list a lot of tech companies. But if you know the stock game, you could put a call. A put is negative. You put a put when things are going down. You put a call on things that you know that you feel are going to go up in price. So if you want to get ahead of the game, you say, okay, when do I anticipate the Fed cutting rates? Oh, okay, they're going to cut it September or whatever. Okay, let me see what companies or what industry would benefit the most. Then you put a call in anticipation of that. Then again, I don't know. I mean, the markets may not move that much, but I'm just giving y'all some financial wisdom in that regards of how to benefit from this stuff that's going on. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Next level, Godshot says, just opinion on the state of advice as far as. Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you. So definitely look up calls and puts. But like I said, that's stuff that, and the reason why I say that is because in this downturn in the market, if you buy, let's say Tesla's what 225, I think right now. Well, if it keeps decreasing, what your value of your stock is going to decrease, right? Which I wouldn't encourage anyone to hold. I mean, I wouldn't encourage anyone to sell during the downturn because I mean, I don't know. It's everybody's strategy is different. If you're a long term holder, then why would you sell, right? Because your view is for the long term. If you're a short term stockholder, then maybe you say, hey, I don't want to lose that much money because I don't know if Tesla's going to rebound. It's everybody's strategy is so different. So I can't tell you that. But I don't know. I mean, like long term, would it make sense to sell? I don't know. I mean, my deep belief is that America is so deep in debt that they may reset the financial markets, to be honest. Right? Make it a fair playing field for everyone. But I don't know. This is just me being an outside observer, to be honest. Next level, God shout says, SK, you are smart, so I value your input. That's why I asked. You are the only one that broke it down for a clear understanding. Well, I appreciate you saying that, but let me just tell you this, next level, God shout. I am no expert. So there may be some deficiency in what I'm saying, but next level, God shout, I'm telling you what I've been through. So I'm not speaking for someone who don't have experience. I saw CrowdStrike drop, drop, drop. And if you had the capital and you had the money to buy a put, even an out of the money put, you would have made money because what they did was cause a major catastrophe. Even though for a lot of companies, that caused them to interfere with their business operations. Right? That's what I said. But but that's not always the play because to say next level God's child. What I also seen was with Boeing, right? Boeing had the issue with that door that came off mid-flight. When that situation, you would immediately put a put on that, right? But Boeing is such an important company. Like it's crazy because they had whistleblowers, they had this, they had that, and their stock price wasn't really that affected the way that CrowdStrike is or was, and that let me know, damn, that's deep, right? CrowdStrike, they just looking at as an internet company that do cybersecurity, which pretty much lets me know they even felt their valuation was a little bit too high, or they were like dispensable. But like I say, like look at Elon Musk. He was down at 150 at one point. Now he's all the way at $100 based on rumors alone. Because has he produced anything that he said he would? No. So why the sudden jump in price? And I feel like they set these companies to go up high only to drop them low. And there's ways for people to make money on both ends, going up and going down. I mean, it's fascinating because they say the money's in the charts. And like I told you before, I'm reading a lot on technical analysis. And there's certain indications if you read a chart that could tell you what's to come. Like I told you, I looked and I said, no, this can't be true. Then I went at the chart, and damn sure enough, it was right. So the wisdom, the knowledge is there. It's just I don't encourage people to engage in that because you can lose a lot of money very quickly because a lot of this stuff is unpredictable. But one thing we know is when a company gets bad news like CrowdStrike, there's going to be a move. But like I say, it takes practice, it takes years, and it takes it's. I don't want to encourage people to get into that because it just takes time. It takes, and you're going to lose because there's a lot of things you don't know. Like you just can't hop into. You got to know the key thing about the first thing I look at when I look at an option. I look at the theta. The theta is telling you how much you're going to pay per day, right? To have that contract. The other thing is I'm looking at the delta. How much is going to cost me per? I think it's per how much it changes. So it's a lot of stuff you figure out on your own, and then you say, okay, I want to go with that. There's some stuff now that's better that tells you how much you can anticipate to make depending on the move of the stock and of that. But it's very interesting because that's where the money is. Um, but everybody has their own. I'm a believer in individual stock, but some of that stock is very expensive. Like that's why when that whole GameStop situation, I'm like, how are these motherfuckers making millions, $2 million? Like what? Then did not know they were making, and that's the thing. They didn't tell you this. They were telling you they were making money off the stock options. You thinking they making money just because they hold individual stock? No. Why you say the stock options? Because per contract, you usually is equal to 100 shares. So it's like you got 100 of them instead of one. So do y'all research on that. So it's a multiple of 100. So if the stock price goes up by $2, well, if you own that stock and it goes to $2, that's a multiple of 100 instead of a multiple of one, right? So instead of $2, you could potentially be making $200. So it's pretty neat and interesting, but it's also just it could be deflating too because you're going to lose money. But though it's like college tuition. You gotta pay a cost to learn. But like I say, never invest in things that you can't afford to lose. He said the only thing Musk is producing is more children. Yeah, he said something on the earnest call the other day. I didn't listen to the earnest call, but they said something about like he has a transgender daughter or son, and he said, "Oh, that child is dead to me." Now I don't know if he meant that that child in the biological form is dead to him, and he's embraced the what the child has transitioned to. I don't know, but either way, a lot of people was repulsed by that comment. Okay, yeah, I try to. I just try to. I think in this digital age, there's so much. There's ways to make money, but you gotta be aware. Kina A says many folks got caught in the student loan web of 8% interest, which they faithfully paid for over 25 years. Those loans should have been paid. Got caught in the student loan web of 8% interest, where they faithfully paid. Those loans should have been paid. Oh, I think that whole right now. I think that whole. No, I'm not gonna say that. Education is very important, but I felt the promise in which they sold people was. I don't know how I can say it. I feel like it's a false hope, right? You telling people they give it to get a degree, but they're not knowing that once they get the degree, 2 years in the company, the company could lay you off because they didn't do something they were supposed to do. I just feel like it was. I don't want to say it's a scam. Is too strong of a word. I just think it was an organized scheme that had benefits for some. That's what I would say. So that's what I would say. But I mean, education is key. But this day and age, they're not even. These companies say they're not even requiring a college degree. What? So you got people that said you told them the only way to get a better living was to take on debt. Now you gonna move away from that system while they still carry that debt? Man, get out of here with that. And then they had the privatized loans, where the interest rate could balloon to whatever. Okay. All right. Keita said he disowned his child, which is sad. Yeah, you have to spend money to make money. I agree. Um, but I honestly feel like they're going to try to see. And this is the thing we don't understand, right? The rich, they say it's a saying. What they say? What they say? When there's blood in the streets, we eat. And that's the saying of the rich, meaning when they see red in the stock market, that's when they go eat and cash in on the low stock prices because they know what goes down is going to come back up. We the ones that are the fools. And I read a book on this. He says the novice investor are the ones that are buying the stock at this highest price. It's the smart investor, the seasoned investor, who's the one that's selling to you at the highest, and then waiting for it to drop back down, and then buying it at its lowest. And we're like, I'm not buying it at its lowest. We're like, I'm not buying Tesla at its lowest at 125. I'm waiting for it to go back high with it. You know what I mean? But that's the opposite way of thinking. If a company like that is going down and people believing it's going to go back up, most likely, unless something catastrophic happens. So it's called buying a dip. They said buy the dip. Okay, let's see what else you're saying. Congratulations, next level guys. Chai said, I'm happy my student loan is paid in full. Amen to that. Amen to that. All right, anything else? That's the news I wanted to share with y'all. Pretty much, like I said, it's a lot of wisdom. It's a lot of stuff out there. It's an Instagram, YouTube stuff. It's a lot of stuff that's out there to educate you. I mean, even Barnes and Noble. I went to Barnes and Noble and even got a book. Because I'm still a person who likes to read by book and make notes and stuff. I'm not a big digital mobile pad fit person that likes to do that stuff because you can make notes, but not in the way you know what I mean. Um, so yeah, the information's out there. It's very interesting. Like I said, learn about it. There's always opportunity to do it. I'm sure with you my biggest lesson. My biggest lesson is just because you have capital, don't mean you have to put it in something. So when people say, "Oh, well, you got to make your money work for you," if you're not letting your money work for you, then you just waste, just letting it sit there. That's not necessarily true. That's not true because you can have your money be working for you, but it could be losing money. Why not just wait? Like there's a great opportunity coming up on both ends if you know how to play it, right? I just told you the market's about to go down. We see that today in the earnings. The market's going down. That would have been a great opportunity if someone had cash or whatever capital on the side and knew how to do it. Then on top of that, when you see the market go up, you could then utilize that. Sometimes we gotta be patient. Sometimes we always think, oh, we gotta have this going. Sometimes no, you just need to sit your ass down and strike when the iron's hot, and then get out. What's up, Rennie? How you doing? What's up, Yo Pleasure 721? How you doing? Thank you for being here. All right. Let's get into the news that you absolutely cannot use. That's all I gotta say about the real world situation. Um, I don't no disrespect, but I know a lot of people talking about that police officer that killed that black woman. I inadvertently saw the video. And that to me was the weirdest situation. Not just saying that disrespectfully, but when she said that I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, that shit seemed like it cast out a demon. And he says, I bet you not. And then that's when he fired on her. It seemed like by her saying that pulled out the demon in him to make him do what he did. That's the thing that I'm like picturing. It's like it seemed like they were having a jovial conversation, and then as soon as she said that, it seemed like the the evil was pulled out of him. So that's all I really got to say about that. That's it's sad nonetheless. Keena says, Nessa says it was terrible. Nessa A. Keena says, I agree, Sir King. He was majorly disturbed by her. Right. And it was like, for what? Like, if you said I rebuke you in the name of I'm like, okay, whatever with your crazy ass. Go on. Make sure you don't splash that water on me and we good. Okay. You know what I mean? Why are you gonna pull out your gun and start shooting? I'm like, what? Mm. Everything was jovial until she said exactly. So it was like that was the trigger words because it was weird because I was watching TV and I saw Jeepers Creepers. And it just reminded me of that Jeepers Creepers anyway, it just reminded me Jeepers Creepers and that kind of reminded me of each other. It was just weird. It's really weird. So or appear jovial yet, let's say. True, true. All right. We're gonna go to a brief commercial break, y'all. I'm gonna do some begging. Everybody do begging on here, and you know they got the nerve. I was over on Kid. Why are people worried about my pockets? Why are people worried about my pockets? The whole Mama D situation. Mama D paid for this for me. Mama D did not pay anything for me. She didn't pay for me to get no massage or nothing like that. She heard I was getting a massage, and then she would say, "Okay, we'll use this towards your massage." But what she meant, no, I no. But since people so worried about my pockets, if you want to, feel free to send a gesture to $ Sir King Crown. I want to get this new game right here. College football 2025. It is the first edition since 2014. So if you want me to become a football expert, feel free to send a gesture to $Sir King Crown. I'm still trying to figure out how to share these clips with y'all on here. So, but nonetheless, this is the game that just came out. That's all the rage. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture to um, Sir King Crown. I'm not a big fan of the NFL, the Madden, out because I think it's redundant. But am a big fan of the college football because it has a lot of teams. College football is coming up, and a lot of people talking about. They were talking about at the gym, and I couldn't say nothing because why? I didn't have the game. they were saying they were up there playing it all night and all day, and I was like, oh well. Anyway, I said, well, if my people want me to have it, I get it. But like I said, if you want to, $ Sir King Crown. And in the spirit of begging, we gotta play the number one beggar in the YouTube streets. Here we go. We'll be right back.
Thank you for the cash app. I'll be forgetting to. Can y'all hit my cash app, please? Can y'all hit my cash app, please? Thank you, though. Thank you for the cash app.
I know. I appreciate y'all saying that because sometimes it'd be like, damn. It's like I don't see. This is the thing. Y'all gotta understand. I don't count nobody pockets. So like somebody said, they be count. You right. They play for challenges, crab legs, trips, nails, shoes, false floods, dog food, even doggy equipment and all this stuff. Nothing. And then I ask for one thing and they just go ballistic. But nonetheless, if you want to, feel free. You know, college football 25, $ Sir King Crown. It'll be tremendously appreciated. All right. People got a whole people. What we heard, Ness got a whole wig. What else get whole pots and pans for the food list, all that. Nika getting smoothies, a lifetime subscription to Smoothie King. Oh Lord. Anyway, so yeah, if y'all want to do that, that'd be tremendously appreciated. And like I said, I do like to make y'all part of the experience. So I'm gonna see how I could do that with college football. So we'll see. But if not, it's okay. But if so, thank you. I appreciate y'all because I don't get to celebrate no birthdays around here. No birthday. And when the holiday time, y'all, I can't ask for nothing. Oh, he over there asking the people for this, that, what that. So yeah. All right. So let's get into the news that you absolutely cannot use. Let's start first with Treasure Lane. I'm not gonna go into him too much, but is Treasure Lane a bully? Is he a bully? Because he was going at Ronnie, and I know Ronnie was going at Fifi. But Treasure Lane, would you do this for anybody else? Why just Fifi TV? Now I know you say Fifi TV your wife, but why isn't that vitriol for all women then? Or for those who are highly kept in regard in Treasure Lane? Why just Fifi TV? I was just curious about that. Cause you mess with Fifi, you gonna have a problem with me. Like you were actually being a mafia boss over there. Like it's just fascinates me because I'm like, does he if he was to be a woman, would that Fifi TV be the woman he wants to be? You know? So it's just interesting. I'm not gonna give that too much play, but I was just sitting there and I'm like, And then what's weird to me, I was listening to Rodney the day before this happened, and he was referencing Fifi TV as if she was a moderator in his on his channel. So I know I got that wrong, but I was just like, what? Like that don't make no sense to me. So, but nonetheless, James likes to throw his weight around, um, and flex on people. But I've never seen him. And I know Rodney picking at that. And then Rodney, why are you picking at Fifi TV? It's just interesting. I didn't watch the natural hair thing because I wasn't. I mean, no offense, people. I'm a man, and men. Well, I'm trying to so not to sound sexist. I'm a man. I'm not interested in women's natural hair and all that other stuff. I mean, I could care less. Sorry. That's why y'all didn't get no commentary from me about that. I mean, if it was a dance challenge, okay, maybe. But not. I mean, me as a man, I don't care about what no woman look like and all that other stuff. I just sorry, I don't. Anyway, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, so I don't care about that. But congratulations to the contestants. I heard some people were complaining about why they didn't win. I think when people do that, that's kind of childish in a way, unless it was absolutely rigged. But whatever. All right, the other thing I want to talk about Kimmie today. Now, Kimmie. See, Kimmie is a woman that does a lot of reverse psychology. Oh yeah, I need to talk to you for a second. Not talk to you, but you a man not interested in women. No, it's not that verbal, Sassy, because I was gonna do some commentary about your Jamaican trip. But no, I'm not interested in I just not that's not interested. I'm not interested in that. That didn't interest me. Seeing a woman in her natural form, I just want to see her in her most beautiful light. And that's not the contest that presented that, right? Right? That was a woman in all their natural beauty, which is fine, but I don't I mean, that just would the commentary just wouldn't sound right. I'm not in that community. Oh, that woman was amazing. She was glowing. Nah, I mean, I pass. I pass. I pass. Now, if you want to say have a beauty contest, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I would say, wow, that woman looked gorgeous and amazing. But that wasn't that kind of contest because y'all said they had to be in their natural light. I don't think that would have been a suitable contest for me to comment on. Okay, so what's the other thing I want to say? I will be mentioning you a little bit later. You ain't got to stay around, but it is involving Sassy, and I am going to bring you up just so you know. All right, next thing I want to talk about is Kimmie. Kimmie is very calculated, and I don't say that in a bad way, but very calculated and knows how to implement reverse psychology. And I say that today because Kimmie went live today, and she said some very salacious things about me, and says that I'm messy, and says I'm manipulated, I guess, from the descriptive adjectives that she used. And she said that I'm the kind of person that will spin something where her and I are talking about the alphabet, and I'm the person that would say that she said that the letter B stands for BITCH and put it on my community wall. Hmm. I know you don't care, verbal assassin. Something interesting. So she knew, I guess she knew that would pull me up on the panel. But yeah, Kimmie is very manipulative in that regards. And then she had to flash Kimmie, I mean, verbal assassin. I know you like this person, but he did verbally accost me today. Food junkie. And I told Kimmie, she flashed his comment on the screen. I told Kimmie, look, I don't address people who got food in their name because I'm on a diet. Lo and behold, here come Food Junkie marching up on the panel, and for some reason, starting to strip for me, started to show his chest for me. I said, "Well, I didn't." I was like, "Food Junkie, I didn't ask to see that bird chest. I know that's your boo, but verbal assassin, your boo, for some reason, felt like he had to show his chest to me today. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe he should have been in the natural challenge yesterday, but I did not ask for him to show me his chest on the third floor. Okay, I just said that's what happened today over there. You don't believe me? It happened during Kimmie's live today. He showed his bird chest to me. I guess to prove to me that he wasn't fat. I don't know. I'm serious. Go look. Go check out the lab. You could probably DM him and ask him. He up there showing his bird chest. I mean, you could. Can't you skip to the lab and see when the person come up? Yeah, he did all that, and I said, man, I don't know you. I'm like, I don't know you. Then Langston came up because I mean, Kimmie was asking about this whole Sassy situation, why I'm so involved, and I gave her the history. Then Langston came up, who I thought was her ex, but he acted like he married to her. Okay, and they don't have a prenup, like the way he defended her, and all this, and then came up with some salacious lies, saying that I had to sleep in my car. I take baths at the LA at the 24-hour fitness, and I said, no, Langston, I'm not Brianna, not Brianna Simone Pettyville, but the other Brianna. And no, that's not me. That needs a 24-hour fitness as a storage unit. No, sorry, I know. Oh, you don't. Okay, I don't see. I don't know. I'm not privy to those conversations. So yeah. So that, I mean, that was that. And then I told him, I only have 5 minutes, and after that, I had to leave. So that was pretty much that. So, but Kimmie is she okay? And then Kimmie was, you can tell Kimmie is getting more involved in her spiritual side of things. She may be also going to school while she's on this YouTube semi sabbatical, because she said some very enlightening and spiritual things, which could only be reflected if she was really watching Creflo Dollar or whoever else. So it's interesting that she came back to share the wisdom while being seriously messy at the same time. Who's Langston? Langston is talent. Langston talent came on here with the first name Langston Hughes, changed it to Langston. Now he's talent with no talent. So that's when you hear Langston, that's talent. All right. So now let's get into this whole YouTube camera Sassy situation. Everybody's like, why is Sir King so invested in this? Because you got to understand, Sassy was over here in Avatar Nation and felt quite comfortable to the point where I had to somewhat tell her, yo, don't be electing what is put in my chat as symbols, right? Like there was no consultation with me about, okay, Sir King, we're going to put this emoji or that emoji in your chat. She then began to speak for us at different platforms, aka iBabe and various other places. But her personality has been the same. Please take into account Langston and Sassy have what? Two of the same condescending, you know, bougie, pseudo elite personas. One's in male form, one's in the female version of the form. And it's quite interesting that they have, been able to meet online, form a relationship, and then disengage. That tells me a lot about who they are as people, which means to show that they are 98 or 89% of what you see online is who they are offline, right? What you say, Keena? You never detected the amount of patronizing she get engaged in? Oh, she does a lot of it. Oh, I'm going to break it down for you. Gather your avatar, please. You responsible for this? I'm not responsible for this. No, she was an independent spirit. Ain't ish. Ooh, this is fake bougie. All right. There are just like that. Could be why they couldn't last as a couple, right? So I feel. What's up, Diva D? Appreciate you. I feel that is what attracted them, but that's also what separated them, right? They got attracted because of similar characteristics, but they, as we would most likely know, took jabs at each other, right? I'm assuming. Right? So Sassy was over here. She was imposing, strong willed, all that, to the point that we kind of had to, check her. She kind of ran some people away from here in Avatar Nation. She took that mess over the stereo. Okay. Then ran one of her Ace Boon Coons away too from her because of her just she has to be right. I think there was even a conflict or argument with her on stereo with a bunch of women because they're like, you're so condescending and you have to be right at the same time. Like, and if anybody is to correct you, then you will just degrade them and tell them that they're wrong. Okay? Now, let me skip all that and bring that to present day. I feel YouTube cameras was targeted. Not targeted like, oh, military targeted, but I felt that Sassy honed in on YouTube cameras. And let me tell you why. I watched the show and at times I cringed. At times I had to even turn it off because I was like, I know the fuck she ain't. That's how I felt. She studied YouTube cameras and no, this is someone who was gaining traction. Now let's not forget, how did YouTube cameras start? YouTube cameras didn't start as who we see she is today. She started out as a platform that was taking clips of the key moments of lives and putting it on a channel, right? Then one day, and she was doing beef sector clips. I didn't even really know she was affiliated with the black sector, whatever sector she was. They say she came from, because at the time she was doing beef sector related content for the most part, for what I remember. So then she decided one day to say, you know what? I'm going to turn on the camera and I'm going to reveal myself. And I felt when she revealed herself, she gained a lot of traction. That started that. And then, as you know, traction grows so and so and so and so. But I feel Sassy honed in on how YouTube cameras handle conflict. I feel. And she saw that YouTube cameras, yes, mostly has the dust for men, aka Rob Rag, Big Man TV, maybe even GFTV, where she's the most vicious. But rarely do that we see that with other women. And I felt that even if she did come into a confrontation with other women, she would be meek and mild, not to say that in a negative way, but that was her choice of how to deal with situation, right? And she's very open. Her platform is very open, so she welcomes anybody. And I felt Sassy was like, "Oh wow, this is cool over here, but I also can impose my will, right?" Because there was countless, and this is the point. This is the, and I brought it up in my commentary, and I didn't. Like I said, I was about to say something in the chat of YouTube Cam, but I was like, nah, leave it alone. When I knew that this was an issue, is when Sassy disrespected YouTube cameras mods, say, "Oh, you're good mods are here," but she used some other derogatory term for the other mods. She said, Oh, they're not here yet. And I was like, damn. Then she said to you two, Kim, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Now, I'm hearing the analysis of, oh, that's good cop, bad cop. Bullshit. That's not good cop, bad cop. Because when you watch any kind of cop show, you don't see the good cop and the bad cop yelling at each other in front of the suspect. They're like, what? Because what? That would show that those two motherfuckers ain't got their shit together. But what they do say, maybe they'll rough up the suspect, the bad cop. Then the good cop will come in and say, oh, just, don't worry. He doesn't mean to do that. Da, da, da. That's that. They were, well, not YouTube cameras for what I saw, but Seven Star. But Sassy was taking personal jabs at YouTube cameras. And that's how it's always been. Whether it had been in Avatar Nation, whether it had been in stereo, that's what she will always do. But most places people will knuck if you buck and stand up to her, but not YouTube cameras. You cameras took it on the chin and said, let it ride. Right? Because I don't feel YouTube camera likes a lot of strife. You see YouTube cameras over there trying to deal with the strife by putting up some video of her in Victoria's Secret. I'm like, are you trying to change the algorithm? What's going on here, girl? You just in a fisticuff with somebody named Sassy, whose name should be Bossy, and now you trying to show us clips of Victoria's Secret. Are you okay? So I don't feel she deals well with strife. But nonetheless, so Sassy kept pushing her. Now I put on my community wall. Y'all go to the very end. I think Sassy was really taken aback by how YouTube cameras said, "Oh no, girl, this is it. I'm ending this end button, or pressing this end button," and she was like, "Oh no, stop! No, you're not. Let me speak." I'm like, "Is she okay?" So I felt when I heard that, I was like, oh, you wanted to keep disrespecting YouTube cameras, and you did not know that she was going to end it on your ass and embarrass you in the way you did. So that's what I have to say. Now, how the verbal assassin plays into this, what's up, Enjoy Life, is when was okay, yeah. Verbal Sassy was over there on Olivia's page today. Sassy was over there on Olivia's page today. Or it may have been Kimmie's page. I forget because they were both on each other's page. So Verbal Sassy, which is Deanna Urban, hopped up there and addressed Sassy. And what did Sassy do? What did Sassy do? Did she nut and she bucked with Verbal Assassin? No, she didn't. She ran. She ran. She ran like a runner and a track star. So why are you willing to disrespect? And I know Verbal Assassin is always, oh, is Olivia? Okay. I know Verbal Assassin always is on 100. But Sassy, why you can't match that energy? Why you gotta save that energy for someone who is calm and diplomatic and copacetic like YouTube cameras, but someone who can match your energy like Verbal Assassin, you go out and run. You take off with the quickness. You take off like you trying out for the Olympics and just about to do this 4x100 relay. So why is your energy selective for certain people and not consistent with everybody? It's just curious to me. Because that's the second time I've seen you run from Deanna. Is it that you can't handle her verbal sparring, or does she bring too much heat, or does she interrupt your spirit? It's just a curiosity to me because you can't say it's a one-off event because this I know is the second time I've seen you run from that lady. Just run, boom, just out there, just out there. So that's pretty much what I have to say. What y'all saying in the chat? Sassy need a reality check. She does that with every. What's up, Enjoy Life? How you doing? Sassy gives me afterpay at VS. What does that mean? Ooh. Okay, let me see. Not miss. I haven't. Okay, and then at that time, who are you meeting with at that time of day? Like that didn't make no sense. I have a meeting. So, okay. Sure you do. She ran to her meeting. Then they said she was over at somebody else's after she said she had a meeting. Then she said, "Oh well, that client didn't show up." What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you a masseuse? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Sassy thinks that she's better than everybody. What's up, Asia J? How you doing? I don't even know why y'all let her live over here. Because she was augmenting people's broadcasts, you know. Deanna's mouth is lethal. Yeah, she picks on people. There you go. But I think today was showed that that wasn't right. You doing that in somebody else's home against that personality. You know, if that was at Deanna's house, then I don't think there would be as much fallout. I think what really pushed YTC's when she was going to end her live, and Sassy told her that she doesn't care how she feels. She's going to finish what she was saying. True, and also the part about don't tell people where I'm at, or don't. Even though she was the one that dropped it in the chat earlier, like at the not at YouTube cameras, but at Roddy's live. So how I was just like, and she's like, really, you gonna give me this attitude over that? But I think at that time, YouTube camera was like, enough is enough. Love Blake says because Deanna gonna kick her ass. Probably so. She probably knows she can't match. Keena, that is the same, says that's the kind of same injury I noticed with a few other supposed badasses, content creators in the sector. They have a lot of mouth in their friends chat and not in others. True. Some people don't want to get blocked. Payment plans at Victoria's Secret. Ooh, oh Lord. I'm not going to lie though. I was enjoying the morning show with those two. And I still think that they can do the morning show, right? I think that Sassy's, maybe viewpoint and commentary could go well with YouTube cameras, but the thing that was cringeworthy was the digs that she was taking at YouTube cameras, and YouTube cameras was not firing those same digs back. If it was mutual combat, mutual warfare, then that's fine. But when it's one sided, and then you see Sassy keep going at her because YouTube cameras are not firing those thugs back, it's like, okay, let up. But I hope I think it could be a great show. But there has to be, and I told YouTube cameras that I say because YouTube cameras says, "Oh, you want us to fall out?" I say YouTube cameras, "No, I don't want you two to fall out." But I feel there's a little bit of disrespect that's going on over there, and you guys can resolve that behind the scenes. But it's very apparent to the audience that she's trying you. So, Keena says, excuse me, I think she's also surprised at the moment of backlash. I'm not sure the amount of backlash that has been coming out about her being so condescending and a fraudulent bougie wannabe. Yeah, because it's okay. Like, Keena, if you had your own channel and I couldn't stand you, okay, I just don't watch you. But when you're everywhere, then people are forced to deal with you and your attitude. Not saying you, but you get the analogy I'm trying to make. And that's the situation with Sassy. If people don't like Sassy, then they don't watch her. But when she's everywhere, then you got to deal with her. And if that's the reason why you don't watch her, is because that condescending, fake fake Beverly Hills Bel Air attitude, then that's like that creates more vitriol because people go to other platforms to watch that person, not watch you. Keita says afterpay is violator option, Sir King. Oh yeah, I know. Afterpay, y'all be careful with that though. Don't forget, Sassy started out with me months ago talking about shade. Means you can't outshade me. I don't think she can outspeak you. It's okay to throw. I just think it's just being. I think a lot of people are tired of this high-fluting attitude while putting people down at the same time. Yeah, it definitely was a build-up, and I think YouTube cameras was listening to it and then finally saw it. That's what I thought. She was listening to it and she finally saw it. So that's what I said. All right, I'm gonna drop my link real quick in case anybody wants to come up and share any sentiments, feel free to do so. I was gonna was gonna take a clip of Josh dancing on the Carnival Cruise Line, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to be on the line of fire of the verbal assassin. All right, we'll be right back. We're gonna play a commercial and we'll be right back. Which we go.
I cry, you cry, we cry together.
Mm, mm, mm. Oh Lord, no. Here Pizarro man on his Tesla. Do I still have that clip? Pizarro man in the Tesla, y'all. That's why she was asking for a tire the other day.
What the fuck, bruh? Really? What? Oh, hell no! What the fuck, bruh?
I'm tripping, man.
Really?
I like that. You know I wouldn't trip. What about
What?
Detached. Actually, the man that I was gonna show the video clip, I didn't do it. I was just thinking about it. He won the contest on the cruise line. And in case you don't know, I'm talking about Deanna went to Jamaica and she was mad at the people asking all the money to take her here and there everywhere, but they didn't take her nowhere and all that other stuff. And apparently, Deanna was thinking that the way the Jamaicans were treating her, they thought that she was some kind of celebrity. Oh yeah, and Deanna says that Jamaica left a bad taste in her mouth, and she might not want to go back. No more, no more, not ever again, not ever, ever, ever again, because they were too damn high. $50 for a bus ride. They didn't even take her in the city, and she could not get no Jamaican KFC. I think I summed that up right. Yeah, she could not get no Jamaican KFC, and she was highly upset because she wanted to taste the Jamaican KFC. All right, I gotta give you some new clips, y'all. But see, these clips are funny, and I ain't really found no clips like y'all gotta understand. Like when I do clips, people get touched in their spirit. So I gotta say, like, I gotta be like, yo, is that really gonna like go too far? Is that person gonna really be upset? Like, I really do be giving like thought to the other side when I give when I pull clips out. So that's why I've kept the same clips that I have. And some of the clips I have are funny. I don't feel nah, that's not worth updating. And then the one where I had Ron P, well, I don't play the Ryan P clip no more. It's because I think that artist was like hitting people for it, not like copyright, but trying to claim the value of the video. And I'm like, oh hell no. I said, Ron P, we gonna have to we gonna have to wrap this up. But yeah, so yeah. But yeah, so that's about it. Like I said, I'm on my beg alert. So if you're in the clouds and you want to help my me start the college season off right, like I said, this is the new college football 2025. I would love to get it. If you want to help me get it, feel free to send a gesture to $ Sir King Crown. Like I said, they haven't made a college football game since 2014 because of the whole licensing issue and people's images and stuff like that. But as you know, the game has changed. Now these athletes can have NIL deals and stuff like that, which means name and likeness and image. So now they just created this for the first year. So I would like to have the first edition because usually when I get the first edition of anything, I don't get the other copies because it's just a copy from the previous year. But that won't be the case. So like I said, if you want to help my dreams come true, because like somebody they'll buy crab legs, people be asking for food plates, all this stuff out here. So so yeah, if you want to, feel free to send a gesture to $Sir King Crown. Other than that, that's about it. I don't know anything else. I mean, I really don't want to take a side on this situation, but you really gotta go with um YouTube cameras, right? YouTube cameras was in her house doing her thing. She welcomed somebody on her panel. That's all that pretty much that happened. And then that person tried to overtake it or try to do it. And let me just tell you something. It's a lot easier to sit on someone's panel than to host a panel. Because when you're sitting on a panel, for those who have never clicked the link, when you're sitting on someone's panel, you could just chill. What you say, Josh? Oh Lord, don't dance. So what? Yes, you did. You said you and Josh won the dance thing on the cruise ship. Well, you said you and Josh won the thing at the cruise ship. And they gave you a trinket or something. What was I saying? Oh, so sit on something. It's a lot easier because you don't have the responsibility of greeting people. You don't have the responsibility of bringing up people. You don't have the responsibility of monitoring the chat and stuff like that. So I can see why somebody would want to sit on someone else's panel. And then on top of that, if you are a freaking contributor, you might be financially enriched by sitting on someone's panel if they allow you to advertise your Cash App. So it can be very lucrative for people to just sit on someone else's panel rather than their own. So, not saying that was Sassy's case, but I'm sure it could have been. So, oh, it was everyone dancing. My team. So you didn't leave that. You left that part out. I'm glad she finally got her own channel, but I see she's back to her old habits. Asia J, yeah, she been had her channel for a minute, but you never know what. I mean, sometimes it may be also self promotion. A lot of people will go to other people's channels to self promote to grow traction for their panel. I don't know. Somehow I was unsubscribed to Sassy, so I ain't really been seeing what's been going over there. But once again, like I say, it's a lot less work when you are a co-host or maybe you are a guest than actually being the main host. So yeah. But with that being said, I'm gonna head up out of here. Does anybody have any last minute questions before I depart? I think I touched everything that I needed to touch. So yeah. So just be stay in touch with the news, what's going on. Like I told you about the stock market, be prepared for that. And just stay vigilant. Get some water and all that. Get some food, get some rice. Like Urban was saying, make sure you have some rice and stuff like that. So if anything is to happen, because this is the thing I want to share with y'all. I know we're switching gears all over the place, but Elon Musk said something about the U.S. is going to go broke. And I'm like, if Elon Musk is saying that and he's has access to all kinds of information, I'm like, he probably saying something that he know that we may be, that he telling us to get ahead of. So pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. I know y'all pay attention to these hair challenges, food challenges, dance challenges, dress challenges, but pay attention to these real world challenges that we got going on, and make sure you can take care of yourself. Make sure y'all get y'all handheld radio, one with the batteries and the antenna. Because let me tell you something: when them cell phones go down, it ain't gonna be no communication on those. It's gonna be the old fashioned radio with the antenna. So make sure you got y'all some batteries and stuff like that, walkie talkies, and water. You know what I mean? Canned goods stuff. But because by the time we find out, it's too late. So, but with that being said, I'm out of here. Thank you to Taz. Thank you to all my wonderful supporters and Tofuans. I appreciate y'all. Remember to be the change you want to see in the world. And that's it. All right. Like I said, if y'all want to, feel free to send a gesture. So I get my NCAA 2025 and I can bring y'all along the journey. You say you love walkie talkies until they be listening to your conversation. But anyway, all right, y'all. I'm out of here. Take care. Thank you for being a wonderful audience, and I will talk to y'all soon. Take care, y'all. In honor of Bless Watkins, here we go.
Every time the beat drop.
Oh, hell no! Okay. Oh, hell no.
Bye, y'all.
Tofu Alley. No beef, just tofu.
That boy is good.
All right, you too. You take care too, Mr. YouTube Streets. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.